Hi. Alrighty, so hopefully you're making it through the course and figuring out where stuff is. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the Research Cafe and what that's going to be like for you this semester. It's something that I decided to try the last time I taught this class as sort of a new feature, and it seemed to be pretty popular. Instead of the traditional discussion boards that you might see in other classes, I tried to take a more sort of interactive approach with it. I wanted you all to really be engaging with the material and going in and looking at it and seeing what other people were saying about it, and then having a chance to process it and having some choice and some flexibility in how you complete the work for the semester. So let me get going. So for one of the requirements for this class, you have the Research Cafe, and you're required to do 4 Research Cafe posts over the course of the semester. You get to pick when you decide to do your Research Cafe. Now, so there's not due dates. This discussion board's due this day or anything like that. It's you get that choice. So look at your calendar that you made that I talked about in another video. Figure out when things are due in different classes, and maybe pick the weeks that you'll have more time to devote to something like this to be the weeks that you decide to post. You also might want to go in and look at what the different topics are and pick the ones that maybe seem most interesting to you, or the ones that maybe seem most challenging, maybe the ones you feel like you know the least about, and so you could use those as tools to really learn more about a topic that maybe you don't feel like you know that much about. Whatever strategy you choose, as long as you have 4. Now, with that said, it's never a good idea to wait until the last 4 weeks of class to do them, because then if something comes up or something, you catch a cold or something and you don't have time to post it, then it's a 0. Another reason why it's a good idea to get at least 1 or 2 done early in the semester is that it gives you a good chance to get some feedback from me on your writing in general, so that you sort of know what I'm looking for when I grade, so that when you start turning in those other assignments that are more writing intensive and that are worth more points, you kind of have an idea already of what I'm looking for, what my expectations are, because you've already gotten feedback from me. So lots of good reasons to try to do at least 1 or 2 earlier on in the semester and not wait till the very end to do all of them. But you do have that flexibility, you do have that choice. So if that's what you choose to do, then that's what you choose to do. So it's up to you. In our course, you'll see over on that left-hand menu the tab that's called Research Cafe. And you click on it, and, well, you're probably already there because you're watching this. You'll see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, all the way down. There is a Research Cafe topic for every week that we have, including the first week, including the last week. And so you get to choose which 4 you want to do. But what you'll do is you'll find in each week, maybe it's some media, might be some website I want you to go to. A lot of times there's choices. You get to pick which piece of media you'll experience. Other weeks there's not a choice. Everybody does the same thing. So that might weigh into your decision of which ones to work on. But you'll find a piece of media, a website, an article, or maybe a series of articles or a set of articles to read and experience during that week. They're related to topics that we cover in this class. Some are chosen as examples, some are chosen to extend and enrich the learning. They're all different, so you'll find a variety of things there. And then there is a discussion board. So you are making discussion board posts. So if you've been in other online classes where you've done that, this will be very familiar to you in that way. It's just that you have a lot of choice. So I think that makes it a little bit different than other discussion board experiences you might have had in the past. But the posting and the getting on the board and all that, it will be very similar to what you've done in the past. There are 4 different ways that you can participate in the Research Cafe. After you have experienced the media, read the article, watched the video, been to the website, whatever. Some of the things will have you go to a website and it'll give you a task, something that you do while you're there. Others will be watch a video, whatever, but you'll get the instructions in the Research Cafe and then you follow those. Okay? And then you can choose which way you want to participate, what kind of post you want to make. One choice is to give a summary of the article or the media or the website or what have you's main points. Or if it's a, I send you to a website and I give you questions to answer, you might explain, here's what I was supposed to do. Here's where I went. This is what it had. You're sort of giving us a brief summary, the take-home points to a group of people who may or may not have chosen the same piece of media that you did or the same website that you did. But you're assuming they have a certain amount of knowledge. They'll be able to understand what you're talking about. So you don't need to go too in-depth. But provide them with the major take-home points. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Well, I guess there's more than 4 things. I'm looking at my my list here. You can also give a critique of the article or the piece of media. High-quality posts that choose to do that will discuss strengths and limitations, both. Also address validity and reliability of results reported or provided. Address theoretical perspectives utilized by the authors and discuss the appropriateness of the theoretical perspective. You can do a discussion of how this article or media piece relates specifically to the weekly session and other assigned readings for that week or for previous weeks. A discussion about how the knowledge could be useful to those interested in the study of human development. Family studies, marriage and family therapy, counseling and development, what have you. You can also post an original question that nobody else has already asked, so it has to be brand new, and even if someone else, you might have been original to you, but somebody beat you to the punch, you still have to come up with a new one that emerged after you read the article, viewed the media, participated in the website, did the activity I asked, what have you. They should be insightful and substantive, so they're not like a quiz question where there's a one-word answer or something. It truly furthers and encourages continued discussion among your peers and includes a rationale or a background for the question. Or you can provide an answer to one of the original questions posted by a peer that answers the question and continues to further the discussion among peers. So you have lots of different ways that you can participate. Now, the posts have to be at least 350 words with the sources cited using your correct APA format and everything. Again, it's all in your own words. There can be no copying and pasting, no plagiarizing, no unethical behaviors in any way, shape, or form. You should also proofread very carefully, because if you do this in Word and then you copy and paste it into Blackboard and then you post it, sometimes Blackboard does weird things and it translates it and it puts symbols where letters go and it just looks all crazy. That'll be considered a grammatical error if you leave it like that. So then you can go back to your post and hit modify and clean that up, correct those things. So be sure that you do that, because you don't want to lose points for something that's just so easy like that. There's no attachments permitted. Everything has to be within that thread. And that's it. You get to choose. Now, because you only have to do 4 of them, I don't want you to be tempted by saying, well, I'm going to pick the weeks I'm going to do it, and then I'm not going to go into the Research Cafe any other time of the semester. I encourage you to visit it every week, regardless of whether you intend to post something, because, okay, all this like fuzz all over me, because you never know. There might be a question on there that's really great, and you think, wait, that's interesting, and I could answer that. And I think I'm going to. and so you develop and you draft a good response, and you base it on theoretical and empirical support, and you have a good answer, and you put it in there. Voila, you've done a post that you didn't anticipate, so you can not do it, a different time or whatever. Other times you might decide you're not compelled to post anything, but reading the discussion, looking at the materials. I encourage you, whether you're going to post or not, to go to the websites, to read the articles there, to watch the videos that are found there. Every single one of them are put there to enrich your experience with the topic for the week, to engage you, to let you see real-life examples, perhaps, of what you're reading about in the book. And so it will be very valuable for you, and I think it will help you understand the material much better if you do go and at least engage with the materials and information provided there, whether you're going to post or not. I also encourage you to read what your friends are doing. You'll also notice that there will be times when I will put an announcement up to go view somebody's exemplary post. In the past, I have even had what I called a You Nailed It award. And the reason that I came up with it was because somebody during the first week of class, it's amazing, wrote such a well-written post to the Research Cafe. I mean, it was just phenomenal. And I just thought to myself, well, she nailed it. That was all I could think, was she nailed it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to make an award. And so I did, and I gave it out on weeks that somebody deserved it. And I would encourage people to go read those posts, because you can learn a lot. If you're still a developing writer, you can learn a lot from reading from those who are more developed than you might be. Also, it can help clarify for you. If maybe you're not understanding what selective observation is or something when you read the text, you can go to the Research Cafe and you might find material there. You might see a peer or a classmate talking about it in a way that makes more sense to you. So use the Research Cafe as a tool. Use it as part of the class every single week, whether you intend to contribute a post then or not, because I think that will help you really grasp the material so much more easily. And embrace the choice that you have in that, in terms of when you will post and in what way you will post. Just make sure that everything you post, whether it's a question, an answer, a summary, a critique, what have you, that it meets the word minimum, although well done posts usually are longer, but that it's at least 350 words, that it's grounded in theoretical and or empirical support, so you have references to back up your assertions, to back up your critique, to back up the summary, to validate, to give credibility to what you're saying or how you're evaluating it, and take care that it's correct in grammar and APA and all those things, because you don't want to lose points for something that's a relatively easy thing to make sure you get done at this level, at the graduate level. And that's the Research Cafe. It's ended up being something that I have been very pleased with, and students have really enjoyed it. Students in my classes have expressed that they like the choice, not only in when they post, but in how they post. And it has made them more likely to go there and read. The problem I was feeling with some other ways I'd done discussion boards in the past was that people just posted their thing and left. They didn't use it as a place to engage with one another, which is why I'm calling it the cafe. So you can pretend that you're going in there and drinking your coffee and talking research among your peers. And I really do hope you'll use it that way. I think it can be a great tool to help you master the material. So go to the cafe, enjoy yourself while you're there, engage in the materials, dig in, see what your friends and classmates and peers are writing and posting there, and just dig in and have fun with it, okay? So I look forward to reading your posts. I'm looking for some award winners.